lifted me from my cockpit, took me off, did something to me, and brought me back, put me right back in my cockpit as though I'd never been gone, you would think he's crazy. Why? Why is that any more fantastic than there being something we can't explain what it is that we can't catch with a modern-day fighter plane? I think each are equally fantastic and should at least be considered.
One of the first people to suggest
That's an astrophysicist
extraterrestrials
who is like remarkable, has done many things on History Channel.
Taylor's position more than 60 years prior. Astrophysicist J. Allen Hynek. In 1952, Hynek was the scientific consultant for Project Blue Book, the U.S. government's first public investigation into the UFO phenomenon. According to J. Allen Hynek's son, Paul, one of the cases his father found most compelling involved an encounter with alien entities.
My father didn't talk that much about individual cases, but there were some cases that really stood out to him. One was the case of Lonnie Zamora in 1964 in New Mexico. Lonnie Zamora was a policeman, and he saw some kind of craft in the sky land. It's an egg-shaped craft. He saw some humanoids come out, fairly brief encounter, and they took off. Lonnie Zamora had not been active in UFOs or flying saucers before that. My father thought he was very credible, and it was the case that was maybe the straw that broke the camel's back on my father being more comfortable talking publicly about abduction cases and humanoids.
Of the 12,618 sightings reported to Project Blue Book, 701 were left unexplained, including the case of policeman Lonnie Zamora.
And that the Project Blue Book apparently never happened, but it was then revealed by CNN that actually it was there, and the government did not no longer deny that it was actually a real project.
Contribution to the UFO phenomenon.
My father, being a scientist, decided that UFOs needed to have a classification system. So he came up with the close encounters of the first, second, and third kind. A close encounter of the first kind is a visual sighting within 500 feet or so. A close encounter of the second kind is where there's some kind of physical evidence, a sunburned face, broken tree branches, radar sighting, etc. And a close encounter of the third kind is where you actually see some type of creature.
Following the demise of Project Blue Book, claims of even more bizarre alien encounters started being reported across the globe. And two more categories of close encounters were identified. A close encounter of the fourth kind indicates an alien abduction. And a close encounter of the fifth kind involves communication and interaction.
I have that.
Entity.
Yeah, with the fifth kind.
Close encounters of the fifth kind are essentially human
Sounds like a joke, but I have it.
with extraterrestrials.
Bashar is the alien extraterrestrial from the Orion, and I'm talking to him. So.
For example, direct
Yeah, okay.
communication.
People think it's a joke, but no, it isn't.
Or telepathic. And this is particularly interesting because what we get is not just description and perceptions, but often information, messages are sometimes given in this two-way interactive communication. And that's fascinating because it gives us perhaps our best insight into extraterrestrial.
That's the former Ministry of Defense of the UK.